All right, let's dive right in. Today, we've got a fantastic story for you. It's all about how a really passionate, heartfelt idea can become a truly brilliant business. And it all starts with one simple question. We're talking about an entrepreneur, a piece of land in Bihar, India, and a dream. But, as we're about to find out, the real journey isn't just about building the business. It's about finding the right customer.
So, let's get into the specifics. An entrepreneur comes forward with his big idea. He's got this unused family land right near a tourist hotspot, and he wants to build a totally authentic experience. His plan? To team up with travel websites and bring tourists right into his village for a taste of the real India. I mean, on the surface, that sounds pretty amazing, right? What could be better?
But, and this is a big but, here's where things start to get really interesting. Because, a good idea and a successful business, they can be two completely different things. And the gap between them often comes down to just one, single, powerful question that can flip the whole thing on its head. The entrepreneur, he had a product for sure, but did he actually have a customer?
Okay, let's break down this original vision, because the details are pretty specific. We're talking mud huts, we're talking about bathing at a well, no modern showers here. The meals, made from vegetables grown right there in the fields. And you get fresh dairy from the family's own cows. I mean, it is the definition of authentic. But that brings up the real question. Authentic for who?
And that question leads us straight to our first big insight here, the mentor's crucial intervention. See, instead of getting bogged down in logistics or marketing plans, the mentor just cuts right to the chase. He zeroes in on the one thing that truly matters above all else. It's the absolute foundational question that every single entrepreneur has to answer. Who are you actually building this for?
And here it is, the absolute game-changing question. It's not, how do I get tourists to come here? No, it's, why are tourists already here? It seems like such a small shift, but it's massive. It completely moves the focus from what the entrepreneur wants to sell to what the customer has already shown up to buy.
And wow, the answer is so specific it changes everything. The land? It's just a few kilometers from Bodh Gaya. And if you don't know, that is the exact place where Buddha is said to have attained enlightenment. So these tourists, they aren't just your average sightseers looking for a quirky rustic vacation. No way. They are spiritual pilgrims. They're there for a deeply personal, powerful reason.
The mentor just nails this point with a brilliant analogy. He says, look, when you go to the movies, you sell popcorn, right? Why? Because it makes the movie experience better. You don't sell shoes at the movies. That would be totally weird and make no sense. So the question becomes, what is the popcorn for a spiritual pilgrim who's come all the way to Bodh Gaya?
And that single insight, well, it leads directly to the second major part of our story, the great pivot. This is the moment the entire idea just transforms. It's not about some generic village experience anymore. Not at all. It becomes something incredibly specific, something perfectly aligned with the customer, a Buddhist retreat. It connects the product, the place, directly to the reason people are already there.
Okay, this slide right here, this is the real aha moment. You can just see the transformation so clearly. On one side, you have the original pitch, a rural experience, mud huts, farm food, basically a village stay. And on the other side, the refined pitch, a Buddhist retreat, all about minimalism and mindfulness led by an actual monk. And what's so brilliant is that the core assets, the mud hut, the simple food, the quiet setting, they're all still there. They've just been reframed from being features of a village into being tools for a spiritual journey. It's genius.
All right, so you've got this incredible new vision. Now, how do you actually make it happen? That brings us to our third section, executing the new vision. Because the mentor didn't just drop this amazing idea and walk away. No, he laid out an actual, actionable blueprint, a super clear, 4-step plan to turn this new concept into a real successful business.
And here's the plan. It's so simple and smart. Step 1, partner with a Buddhist monk. You need an expert to lead the experience, right? Step 2, let the monk co-create the program. They know it's authentic, so let them design the 3, 5, or 7-day packages. Step 3, build a targeted website and make sure the monk is the main attraction. And finally, step 4, market to a very specific niche. You're going to target online searches for things like meditation retreats in India. Laser-focused.
And there are a few more keys to making the launch a success. First, start with a low price. Not to be the cheap option, but to get those crucial first reviews in the door. The thing is, foreign tourists aren't necessarily looking for the absolute cheapest deal, they're looking for real value. Next, provide exceptional care. Treat them like honored family guests. And always remember, the monk is the foreground, the main event. Your business is just the background that makes it all possible.
Okay, let's zoom out for our fourth and final section, because this is the universal lesson here. This whole story has a powerful takeaway for absolutely anyone out there with an idea, a product, or a service. It's that classic, all-important difference between a feature and a benefit, and it helps you answer the ultimate question, what are you really selling?
So what's the difference, really? Well, a feature is just what your product is or has. It's a mud hut. It's organic food. A benefit, on the other hand, is the outcome the customer gets from it. It's the value they walk away with. They don't just get a mud hut. They get peace. They get closer to enlightenment. And this is key. Customers don't buy features. They buy benefits.
And this slide just brings it all home perfectly. Look at the difference. Selling a feature sounds like this. We offer mud huts and home-cooked meals. Okay, fine, it's descriptive, but is it exciting? Now, selling a benefit sounds like this. Find inner peace in an authentic, minimalist environment. See the difference? One speaks to the head, the other speaks directly to the heart, to what the customer actually wants. One's a statement, the other is a promise.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. Think about your own project, your own idea, your own business. Are you spending all your time talking about the features, all the cool things your product is or has? Or are you laser-focused on the benefit, the real transformation you're delivering to your customer? Because as this whole story shows, answering that one question, well, that can be the difference between just a good idea and a truly great business.